Hello and welcome to Corvid Coder. This is the show where we code things, and today we're going to continue with our game utilities. So if you want to know more, go to patreon.com/DannyFritz and you can get links to the YouTube, the Twitch, the GitHubs. So YouTube is where you can view past streams. To watch it live, you can watch it on Twitch or YouTube. And all the code is in GitHub Corvid Coder. So all of the code you see here in these two repos and any other repos that go here will be coded 100%. Actually, let me check my audio. Cool. Will be coded 100% on stream. So what you see in Nuthatch is coded in these videos. So if you're looking to follow along today, go ahead and clone this repo and start from day 29. All right, let's get started. Let's see where I left off. Let's put Adam here. Let's get another terminal. So there's something I wanted to do. So when I run npm run test, it automatically opens up my default browser. I don't want it to do that. So Light Server uses browser sync, and I think browser sync has it might be the start path. Let's see. So open or something. I don't really know what it would be called. Notify, open. So I'm going to say open false. So it's not going to automatically open my browser anymore. Okay. Let's get the linter open here. Okay, so now when I run it, I don't expect it to automatically open anything. So npm run test. Good. So it's just running. So now npm run dev. I'm going to start the TypeScript compilation. Okay. So they're both going. Don't need that. Let's open up the test page now, and we're testing out text. Okay, so let's see where we left off. Actually, I want to, well, maybe not. Like this true false thing, I kind of want it to be like a const debug at the top or something like that. There's like a global flag maybe I want to set. So basically in debug, oh, this is a test. I was like, did I make folders for everything? I also want to export like a debug constant. That's something like export const debug equals debug or false. I know. Or that's not what. Or is it? Let me see if I can just declare it and see what happens. Declare debug as a boolean. Cannot redeclare block scoped variable. Okay. Cannot redeclare variable debug. Maybe this is what I want. If I declare nh underscore debug, then debug will be set to true. If I set it to false, then it'll be set to false, and I can export it. So theoretically, I could say in here, import debug from debug.js. And that will be true or false, depending on the environment. So then, in here, I would change this to debug. Let's see what happened. NH_debug is not defined. I mean, I know that. Oh, these are modules. Oh. Okay. Do I do a ternary? I mean, I know it's not defined. How old are these? It's relatively new. So I just kind of extend it. And then do I just say window dot? NH_debug does not exist on type window. Really? I mean, it looks like it does to me. Oh, now you declare it. Whoop. Sometimes my palm goes on the trackpad and then it looks like a third finger. So does this have to go in a d.ts file? And that didn't really seem to make any difference. So maybe my search on TypeScript should be TypeScript extend window. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't like anything that's going on. Is there such thing with global with ES 2015 modules? I guess is the question. Okay, we need to think about this differently. So maybe it's export let debug equals false, and then export const enable debug is a function that says debug equals true. So maybe that will work. So then in here, I would say go grab from debug and then call it. So that worked. So now there's debug stuff. And then if I don't call it, still works and there's no debug stuff. Okay, so I have a way to do it. It's not fantastic, but it will work. So now whatever debugs, it'll be true or false now, and then this can either be there or not. So I don't need that anymore, I don't think. Cool. So where was I? Okay, so I had, let's enable debug. So I have all these sprites. I'm not actually showing that. Let's just look at what the first linter is. That's probably where I need to be. Okay, so I need to create a font, and that involves all of this stuff. Okay. So I need to take each of these sprites, which is what these are, and I need to put them into an atlas. So I think to do that, I just want to put them in a horizontal row. I'm not going to do any bin packing yet. So I just need to know what the tallest one is. I need to know the width of the entire atlas. So let's start with let's calculate the tallest one. So const tallest equals glyphs dot reduce. That's going to be height comma glyph, and that's going to start at 0. Tallest one will start at 0, and it'll be glyph dot size dot y is greater than h, return h, otherwise return, or g.size.y, otherwise return h. And then I want to console log tossed. Let's see what we get. Y is undefined. Okay, so let's go see what glyph looks like. So I should have my markers. Nope, didn't save my markers. Let's go look at glyph. Let's create a marker here. Okay. Size. Okay. Let's go see what I'm returning for the size. So it is the size. It's the length and the width. Which seems like a good idea. So why can't I do glyph.size.y? Oh, I see. Can I destructure this out? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to take the glyph out, and I'm going to forget the image data for now. So what's the tallest one? 67. That sounds fine. Then now let's get the width. So width. We're going to go through it again, and we're going to say g.size.x, change this to a w, but we're just going to say plus w every time. We don't need to do any comparisons, just every single one takes up space. So now let's see what the width is. It should be called height. So it's 67 by 3,389. Okay. So let's create a new canvas now. Let's set the width and height. Oh, actually, let's do this. Okay. So we have the canvas now. We need to go through each glyph and we need to copy the image data into it. So glyph dot for each. I almost want like a fold R or something, like a reduce that doesn't actually result in a value, but like just something I can pass along. Okay, so we have a glyph and an image data. Oh, I accidentally screwed up that parenthesis. So for each one of these, we want to say something like, oh, we need a context also. Well, have it right here. Well, I'm just gonna take the next line. That should happen inside of here. And then I want to show the, so if debug, do this. I have a good feeling debug's not really, shows maybe a little bit too much. Nah, whatever, we'll leave it on. Just spam everything. Oh, there was something else I noticed. I'm going to make a note of it. It happens in the space one, so this one. So I just hard-coded 1/3 M. However, M is still relative. Actually, I'm going to fix it real quick. I don't think it'll take that long. So I don't want it to be 1/3 M. I want it to be 1/3 of the size. So it should be size in pixels divided by 3. And let's see the space now. Oh, I didn't include a space in my alphabet thing. Let's put it first. It doesn't go through the debug path, does it? Nope. Do I want it to go through the debug path? What do you do? Next question. Oh wow, if I'm dividing by 3, I don't even need to do all this. Okay. Let's go ahead and change this back to a false. It's just a little bit too much information, and then I need that thing back. What was it? This. I want this back. Okay. So I feel like that's going to be way too wordy. I'm not going to use debug anymore. I'm going to use just true and false. And this one's going to be true for now. All right, so image data is not defined. That's right, it's called ID. ID is actually really bad. Let's go with image data. Okay, so we're putting them all in there. Let's actually line them up now with something sensible. So let's do the left to right first. Actually, that's all we need, left to right. The rest is held in the glyph data, so let width or x or offset x, I guess, equal to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and put this at offset x. Let me say offset x plus equals glyph.size.x. Okay. This looks pretty good. Oh, it's a space. What is this? Oh, it's an underscore. Right. I want some of that debug information back. I want to look at the individual letters. And then I'm actually going to copy this up here. So some of the symbols have special treatment. So yeah, so I'm hoping that this offset is preserved. Oh, this is interesting. This goes below. I guess this is an underscore. Some of these are quite strange, actually, in their position. These canvases seem ridiculously large. Like obscenely large. I should fix the size of these canvases. Okay. So how am I calculating the size of these canvases? Because it's ridiculous. Here. Width is times 2. Height is that. And origin is this stuff. So I made them square. They don't need to be square. Width can... If we just do that. Look how much faster that got. That went from 330 to 86 milliseconds. I don't think I am missing any of these. Make it just a tiny bit larger. So are any of these even close to off the canvas? I'm going to put an emoji in there. I suppose I can do it here. Oops. Let's see where emojis fit into here. Oh, it needs to be an array. Oh, that just barely fits. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable, so I'm gonna make it a little bit wider. However, the height doesn't need to be taller, it seems. I can find where this is. So I'm going to leave height at 1.1, and then I'm going to make the 0.3 wide. Okay. Oh, so it was off the screen. Okay. Well, this green line doesn't actually matter. It's this blue box that matters. It's interesting that they offset a little bit on both sides. Okay, and how long did that take? Oh, wow. Wait. Oh, because there's only one. Okay. So 5 milliseconds to get the bounding box of an emoji. Then copy it into a Spreadsheet. Where was I? So I'm going to put English back. Here we go. They're all nicely put into there. Let me see J. Lowercase j. That's what I was most worried about. Looks good. It's really discombobulating seeing text aligned to the top instead of at the baseline. Okay, so now I need to return a font object. I have the spreadsheet. what does a font look like? I have no idea yet. So first thing is a Spreadsheet, which is an image data. I don't know why I absolutely just cannot capitalize the D when writing Spreadsheet or image data. And then it needs the characters. I wonder if I should just put this in there. Oh, I absolutely should. Okay. We're going to call them glyphs. And it's going to be a glyph array. So for each of these glyphs, I technically should be updating the position. Man, I'm getting lost in here. So here, I should also be doing something like g.position.x equals offset x, and that should be done before I change it. And then I should return return an object that looks like this. Spreadsheet context dot get image data. Is this really how it's supposed to look? And then glyphs. It's going to be glyphs.map like so. Okay. So that means I should be able to draw text now. I should be ready to draw text. Let's get rid of that stuff. Oh. Okay, let's try drawing it. So that means we need to go down to this function. And we need to take in a font object and a message, and we need to do something with it. Let's get rid of that. So I said take in a font object, which was returned from this, and draw this here. So it looks like I don't have that. Okay, so position is a vector 2. So at this position with this message and this font. All right. I wonder if I should copy. No, I'm just going to call this. I need to generate sprite batch and then call it. Okay. So glyphs isn't really set up the best way right now. I think it's an array instead of a map right now. But we're going to turn it into a map. It would make this part a lot faster if it was a map. So font doesn't have a glyph array. It has an object that is a string. What is it? Key string to a glyph. So that means I need to fix the return here. Yep. So it's not a map. It's going to be reduced now. And that means we need another one in here for glyphs. It starts as an object, and we need a multi-line. So glyphs dot or of g dot character equals the whole glyph. Return glyphs. Who has an implicit any? Okay, so I need to give this a signature. Oh, so I give a signature. Wait, no, it should have a signature. It should have whatever signature this is. Because that's what I'm putting it into. Do I put that type here? Yeah, that's ridiculous. TypeScript, please. You should be implicitly figuring this one out. Okay. Well, anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and console.log font real quick. So it has a sprite sheet that's an image data, and then it has a bunch of glyphs. The glyphs look just like I want them to. I suppose these are all strings, so they should all be valid. Yeah, you're in the space. Okay. So now we do need to do the spreadsheet part. So this is the last leg of it, of an optimization. Whew. So we need to do a reduce. Const sprite batch equals message.reduce. We're going to take each letter and we're going to do something fancy with it. Oh, it's a reduce. So I need to turn it into sprite batches. So sprite batch. And a sprite batch. What are the arguments of sprite batch? Takes an image, which I don't have. Seems like a really bad idea. Okay, I'm just going to continue for now. Well, no, I'm actually, let me see here. I'm just going to copy this out and put it in there. We can clean it up later. My gosh. And then I also need this code. Actually, let's just set it up. So what are all the things I need? I need the image element. I'm just going to pass in font.Spreadsheet. I need the position in vector 2. That's just position. I need size, positions. Oh, this is for a single element. Okay, so where's Sprite? I don't want Sprite batch then. We'll do Sprite first, and then we'll move over to Sprite batch once we can do that. So we just want Sprite, and chances are we want it inside of here then. So this will become a for each. So what else does this want? This wants a position, and a size. L.glyph. Oh, I see. Const glyph equals font.glyphs.find. Oh, that's right. I don't have to do this anymore. Equals font.glyphs of L. So it doesn't support image data yet. And then we also need some notion of an offset. So position's going to change. Position also needs to be okay. Can I add two vectors together? Did I write that? Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's go pull a vector into here. All right, I probably already have it actually. Vector2.add. I want to add offset and date. ng.origin. So now I need to fix this. Surprise, we're not seeing any errors. Because we should, to be honest. So we come into here and we call Sprite and we pass in Spreadsheet. Let's see what happens. It's like go to or something. I'm gonna start just doing this. Oops. Okay, so it's at least a little bit cleaner now. So I want Sprite right here, and I want text. So I call text and I pass in an image data. So if I say this is that or an image data, what does that change? So set texture now needs to take one or the other. Texture cache now needs to take both. Okay. So where am I at on that? So if last the texture use equals the image, return. Otherwise, I need to go and retrieve it. If there isn't one, I'm going to create a texture. I'm going to store it. I'm going to set my texture uniform to texture 0. I'm going to say 0 is the active one. I'm going to bind it. Then I'm going to set some wrap stuff, so none of that is important. Then I'm going to upload the texture. So here's the important part. So if image is an instance of HTML image element, I want to do this. Else if image is an instance of image data, I want to do something else. Let's line these up. This will literally be the only place in this code where I line it up that way, so I'll line it up this way instead. Okay. So let's, I think it would make more sense to have this on the line above. Or maybe these on the lines and then, yeah. Put a, okay. So now it's saying I'm not binding anything, that's true. Oops. Actually, does set text image 2D take an image data? I know it has a lot of interesting. So it takes in an array. It takes in an image data. Oh. I may not even need this branch if that's the case. Just let it do what it was doing. So I guess that's why I wasn't erroring, because it still works. Oh, last texture used. Okay, so that needs to be one or the other. I'm almost wondering if I should create a type for image. No. So I'm not seeing anything on the screen. There could be any number of reasons why. Maybe Spectre should come in at this point. Oh, I do want thumbnails. I don't know if there are 500 to capture. Kind of curious where all of these are coming from. Why is it calling draw elements so many times? Oh, these are for each of my letters. Okay. So what kind of information can I get from this? Oh. My matrix has a bunch of nulls. Why? Okay, let's just keep looking for a second. Can I see like all the buffers that are currently in here? I want to see this texture. Why am I creating... Who's creating this texture? Oh, this is the default texture. Okay, so now I'm actually coming in and uploading my texture. Where's my text 2D? Here. Can I see it in here? That can't be good. My Spectre is frozen. I'm gonna wait a little bit, see if it comes back. Let's make sure it's at least... Oh. I guess exit. Oh, wait a second. No, I mean, this looks like the right format. Except for type. Oh no, that's definitely right. Okay, so there's three things and then the thing. So 1, 2, 3, another thing. And it doesn't care if it's an HTML image element or an image data. So that's actually fairly cool. Oh, you can even put a canvas in there. Okay. Text image 2D. Let's refresh this. Oh, Spectre super died. It's not even over here anymore. Let's open up a new tab. I guess Spectre just not coming back. I realize I never started my counter, so I have no idea how long I've been streaming. I might as well just exit this. Okay. Let me look at my extensions. So it's back now. Oh boy. Rendering? No. Okay, so let's take a look at what each of our... Well, first I want to see this matrix. What does that look like? Looks great. The floating point numbers are a little bit unfortunate, but so that looks okay. Let's try the middle of the screen. So that didn't do anything. Okay, let's see. I guess I need to see what this is doing in, what's this? I don't have a natural width and natural height. Why isn't this? Oh, because those are just undefined. So if it's an image data, this will be width and height. And then but now SS doesn't exist. Okay, so I need to have it as a let, which is kind of a letdown, but that was an unintentional pun. Okay. That's not true because I'm assigning them here, and these are the only two types it can be, and I'm checking to make sure it is one of those two things. Oh my gosh, I just hate that that was allowed, that this is allowed. Okay. I'll do an else. Whatever makes TypeScript happy. Oh, we got it. Okay. Oh, we have anti-aliasing. Okay. So we'll fix the I'm going to make a comment for that real quick, and then we'll fix that in a second. Where my canvas is. And I want the same thing down here. So I want to turn off anti-aliasing, but for now, I want to make the text white. So that needs to probably go into the font face. Color. Canvas, fill, text, color. Oh, what is this website? I've never seen this. 5 canvas tutorials. So fill style is how they do it. Okay. Oh, ads, please stop. Okay. So I'm going to specify color white. And then in here, every time before I fill text, where's my fill text? Context dot. I forgot what it was. It's just style. Fill style. Okay, so now they're white. Let's try rendering just a capital H. That is not a capital H. Okay. So let's take a look at that. Where? Okay, text. I see. So position is not where I want it on the screen. Position is actually g.position. H. But I can't move them. Well, I gotta print in the same spot. But I have the letters I want now. I really want to extend Sprite batch. Maybe what I really want to do is I actually want to copy this. I'll port it over to Sprite batch after I get it working here. Where is it? So let's see, we set the texture. It's going to be font dot Sprite. It should be image data. Okay. I comment this out. So let's see, it comes down here. We're going to take the width and we're going to take the height. All of these are going to become image data. I suppose I should keep it, I should not change this as much as possible. So when I do want to merge it back in, I don't have to do as much work. Okay, so there's image. Keep this at the top. So what is size? Size is different for each letter. Oh boy. So here I'm drawing a square for each element. These are just indices. My gosh. I kind of want to delete all this and just kind of start over. So size is different for every single letter. So let's go ahead and start. Let's move this stuff into here. And this is going to poop out positions. So that's where positions is going to come from here. So this is going to be PS. And it's going to create an array of them, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So coming here, we get the glyph. Let's just ignore those for now. So now we need the size. That's going to be glyph.size. Okay. Position is not a thing. That's going to be so we do have an offset here. So it's actually going to be offset, offset. Oh no, absolutely not. This is going to be g.position. Size is going to be g.size. Vertices. We don't have a positions. I'm going to pull this out then. So we're creating a positions right now. Let's just see if this makes TypeScript happy for now. Okay, I think I see. This is actually, I can't wholesale this. I just need to return one individual one. Something like this, I think is what it's getting at. Before returning, you just say offset.x plus g dot spacing. Nope. Okay, so it's moving down, SS. I have no idea what SS is. Why does this think it has any idea what SS is? Like, why is it okay with these vector 2s? Where are you getting that from? Okay. Next would be positions. String. I mean, it starts as an array. String. Okay, so you're actually going to be a vector. You're actually going to be a number array. Is that a thing? Why do you want to be a string so badly? Is it just because you start as a string? Ugh. Stop saying you're a string. You're not. If I just say you're an array, can do that. An array of number. I mean, that is the type I thought I said. Type void is not assignable to type number. Oh, gosh. Thank you, TypeScript. Not assignable to parameter of type never. So let's see, we're doing a reduce, a PS and L. It's going to be a number array. Comes in here. We want to push an array of these things on, which is a number array. Never. Appends new elements to an array, returns the new length. I mean, I know it returns. Moving on. So now I guess I calculate these vertices. Or that is what positions is. I'm going to copy draw image up into here too. I'm feeling it's going to be a little bit more specific than this too. Oh, maybe not. Can't imagine it being too much more specific than this. Okay, so no, I'm not going to copy that. That's not going to change. So I have the elements, I have the positions, I just need the vertices. Maybe that is what positions is. So what's turning me to maybe yeah. We have to flatten it though. Where's that flatten? Oh, that's going to change this, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay. What's our warning? Attempt to access out of range vertices and attribute 0. Okay. I need to see what draw image is doing. So it buffers the vertices. Okay, so it's not doing any flattening or anything here. Okay. Now I need to see this. I mean, this isn't quite right either. Don't flatten it. Oh no, I mean, what's going on? Hey kitty, so don't flatten it yet. Flatten it here, and then if that works, we'll think about this. Okay. So I need my offset x's in here. Or no, that's right here. Let's see if I can print out specific letters. So if I ask for H, do I get H? If I ask for, no, I don't need to check anything else actually. So these are the texture coordinates. I think these are good. These are not though. Oh. So somewhere these x's are wrong. Where does this x come from? G.size? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So it goes upper left, upper right, lower right, bottom left. That's fine. But, man. I mean, Vx and Vy is supposed to be the offset. I guess let's check offset. Oh. Oh, jeez. I think that's something TypeScript is supposed to help me with. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go ahead and change our canvas size here. Let's make it 64 tall and like 400 long. Oh, yeah. I need to pass that into, I think, here. All right, let's make it just a little bit taller. And let's make it even wider. I should turn these into variables. Well, I do say I'm not convinced that this is the font that I think it is. Let's try some other fonts. Let's try Arial. Although it's not Arial. Times New Roman. See, that's what I'm seeing. I think if I leave it blank, or serif, that's the default I get. So why don't I get Admiral Fat Face? That'd be my next question. Is it because it's non-blocking? Oh, it's blocking. Let me try another font with a space in it. Sego UI. I'm not so sure that works. It's doing something, right? What about Comic Sans? Let me go see what I'm doing with this. I'm almost in the right spot here, I think. I need quotes around it. Come on, Comic Sans. Nope. Come on, Times New Roman. Come on, Sego UI. I can't tell if that one's working or not. I feel like it's exactly the same as Arial. How about impact? How about Abril fat face? Well, let's inspect it. I guess there's not really much I can do to inspect it. I can inspect it this way. We can see how it interpreted itself. Abril fat face. Abril fat face. How about fear of code? That one should be fairly obvious. Yeah. So maybe I don't actually know what Sego UI is. Let's pull up a font picker. So it is Sego UI. How about Sego UI black? I mean, okay, that works, without a doubt. What other ones are there? Fear of code light. Nope. Interesting. I wonder if it's because I don't think I'm using the weight. It might be because I'm not using the weight. It's using a fallback. Maybe I should try to get the weight into there again. So if I leave this blank, what do I get? We should have a pretty decent. So let's say context rendering 2D dot font. It should say something to the effect that it takes a CSS font. Oh, that's not what I wanted. And last time I looked at this, it was fairly confusing. So let's try copying all this stuff out. This normal thing. Okay. Normal. Okay, and then let's do font.weight. And let's see if the weight's doing anything. It doesn't look like a 100 weight, but I mean, it could be. I mean, it is doing something. It just doesn't have a light version. So why not Abril fat face? Why not? Why can't I have Abril fat face? Yeah, kitty? using CSS fonts in context rendering 2D. Okay, how am I including it? It is a link to Abrel Fatface. Let's go take a look at what this does. I didn't want all of that. I just wanted this much of it. This says font face. Here's the source for it. Here's another font face for it. I asked for the loud and extended one. I definitely don't want the loud and extended one for this example. People can get any font they want, but for this example, we don't want that. Give me Abrel Fatface. I will have Abrel Fatface. Just give me the Latin. Regular 400, that's all cool. Abrel Fatface. Abrel Fatface. $400 regular. Why would that break it? Oh. Why is it just ignoring my weight? Can you leave this out? Almost before. I'm going to write that so I can compare it. And then let's get rid of italics. Why is it just ignoring my line spacing? See, that is just absolutely not April Fat Face. Oops. So it comes in here. It loads the CSS. Oh, the font comes in later. Where's the font come in? Let's see, what font is it asking for? It's like X1. It's this. Ugh. How do I make this blocking? Would import be blocking? Block on web font. Or that's nope. So an interesting thing is if I put a game loop in here, it will. Oh, it still won't work. Never mind. Because I'm generating the font up front. So here I'm taking matters into my own hand a little bit. I'm pretty sure I'm going to modify it. I'm pretty sure there's an option. Wait. I feel like there's a way to web font flash of user content. What's that? Fout. Flash of user text, I guess. What's the modern way of getting around it, though? No. "2009, come on. Font display. Okay, so .io/font display. The font display descriptor determines how a font face is displayed based on whether and when it is downloaded and ready to use. The font display timeline is based on a timer. Is there no way just to block on a font? This is not what I want. Okay, so JavaScript load font. Maybe I can block this way. Oh boy. Show me that CSS again. I can make something a lot simpler. Oops. So there's probably some sort of event on link that I can use here. HTML link element or something. Okay. Let's see, where are the events? Okay. A load event. So that would be something like link.add event listener load, and I'm going to do something. That something I'm going to do is all of this. And then I'm going to append it. And what happens? $. You know, I'm still not convinced that that's Avril Fat Face. Doesn't look anything like it. It's supposed to have like a really thin left and a... Yeah, it's just not it. Okay, so let's keep trying. It's the load of the... It's still not the load of this font, though. I don't... Okay. I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to undo this. Okay, so I'm back to here. User agent. So I don't really care about all this. I just want to say their load CSS function. Okay. Come on. So maybe import is what I want. As far as it doesn't say, I'm gonna look at that again. So it doesn't really say anything about the two. What does theirs look like? Import URL. Okay. Let's just include both and see what happens. Let me throttle this. Okay, so let's see what happens. It's downloading everything for the graphics. The canvas comes in. Now it's downloading the font. I mean, it's pretty clear in this waterfall that this comes very last. Let's add an async to this. Or a defer. Oh, I bet I can't because it's a module. Okay. Curious if there's just no way to do what I'm trying to do. Load font synchronously. Load font synchronously with CSS. Seems like there's not a way to do it. People are kind of talking about it. I'll check out the question, but the guy was pretty angry about. Ooh. Oh, that sounds really gross. This is a little bit more involved than I was thinking, for sure. If I did something like really stupid, like a set timeout, for 3 seconds, I bet it would work. But this is really stupid. Like, oh, does the font? Is the font waiting for it to finish? Why? Why? I wonder why you would wait. Font loading after set timeout. Let's put this in there too. Oh, I can't because I'm exporting it. I feel like the set timeout is supposed to give control back to the browser. Let me see if it locks up my browser. Like, I still have buy and I can interact. It just doesn't download until the set timeout's done. Let's look up script tags. Let's put them all in there. Still. All right, I'll try it. Let's get rid of the set timeout. We're going to change it to a document.add event listener. Ready, set, go. Yeah, the font still hasn't come in. Probably don't want these anymore. Are you kidding me? What is the document ready event? DOM content loaded. Set timeout. I mean, it looks different. The font still waits. It's kind of weird. Ooh. Document.fonts. Who supports this? Ooh. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. So let's go take a look at it. Document.font. Oh, how about that? That's easy enough. Okay, so documents.fonts.ready. Then. And let's put all this in there. Oops, I mean indent it. Did you do what you said you were going to do? I mean, if I just repeat all of this code, yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair enough. I mean, if you say you're ready and you're not, what does that mean? Check? Loaded. Lives. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, it's working. It just... Wait. It was just showing a very bold font? And if I remove all of this, oh boy. Oh my gosh. Let me try another font that's a little more obvious. Let's try Lobster. So if I just change this to Lobster, let's load 2. In fact, let's just load 2. I'm just kind of guessing. I'll get a 404 if I'm wrong, I suppose. Lobster. I mean, definitely not Lobster. Definitely not Lobster. Cannot resolve Abril fat face as a font. Okay, so I clearly don't know how this works. Okay, So it has to be a font face. So it'd be something like "7EM Admiral Fat Face." False. And it returns a Boolean. Okay. Get in somewhere. How does load work? Oh, okay. I like that. A promise of an array of font face loaded. The promise is fulfilled when all the fonts are loaded. Okay. So we're not going to say ready. We're going to say, damn it, load this. So when Admiral font face is loaded, run this promise. I got false toys. It's supposed to be false true. Okay, what else can I do with this API? Ready. So I don't really understand ready. How is that different than load? Returns a promise that will be fulfilled or rejected according to the success to load my font. The code in then can assume the availability of the font. If I'm assuming it's available, why is it not available? Oh, because, well, I mean, it says false. Let me look at status again, or check. I have no idea what do you want from me? False, false. I don't know what the hell size it is. I don't know what size it is. Why does it have a size? Why is this even... Okay, what else can I get from here? Entries, please. Wait. How does that iterator work? Next. Gives me an array of two things. It's two font faces. They're both Admiral Fat Face. And they look to be the same Unicode ranges and everything. Am I loading Admiral Fat Face in here twice for some reason? No. Let me go check out one of these. What does it look like? There's no size. Like, what is this 14 pixel thing? Let's just write out normal, 400, that. And let's make it a variable. Const font equals this. Can I surround one more? I don't know. You are now called, I have multiple font style. You're now called font style. You are now called font style. You are now called font style. Oops. Failed to execute, check. Cannot resolve normal 400 apple fat face as a font. You wouldn't be able to. Oh, that worked. Oh, I just need the weight. Or what? Why? So, if I just put one EM, okay, doesn't. Oh wait, what did I put in the right spot though? And stop deleting stuff. What a cheat. Okay, let's stop making it super heavy. Okay. Let's try lobster. Oh. Nice. Nice. We did it. I don't know what changed, but I did it. It works. Look at that lobster. So here's the font. So yeah, it blocks on it. Very, very nice. Let's change this now to hello Nuthatch. And then let's put a screen on here, which is X 460 and Y 64, let's say. So this becomes screen. This should really take a a vector. Hello, Nuthatch. Let's get rid of all this other shit. Oops. There we go. We're drawing fonts. Does this work? It does. It does work. Awesome. I mean, I got text in there. let's change the color around. Let's see if we can do transparencies. Let's do red. Very, very saturated, very bright red. Let's do 100% first. Okay. Let's say it's trans. I'm not so sure that's working. Oh, it's working. And we can really test if it's working by drawing out two things. Oh, that is certainly working. But I don't think it needs to be like this. Oh, I guess I don't have blending in there for images yet. But I don't need to be testing that, so. Cool. I don't know. Don't know why I do that on stream. Okay, so let's go look at our linter. Okay, so I don't believe that there are no errors. I'm going to check this. There are no errors. Okay, so let's look at our to-do list. 13 to-dos. Let's see if we can go through some of those. Blend modes. That, not a bad idea. Approve error message. Not now. Oh, let's turn off anti-aliasing. Although it looks okay. I think it's okay. All right. Let's see about turning off anti-aliasing. So that would have, I would have an example of that, I think, in constructor. I thought I had one in constructor. Let's check a setup. I mean, it's totally supposed to be here. Oh, it's gonna be in get context. And get context is in WebGL. This stuff. So let's go look at MDN, get context. What are my options when I'm doing a 2D? Alpha. Okay. I don't have any options. Okay, so that's okay. So I'll remove those to-dos because there's nothing actionable I can do. Actually, I'm just going to delete that. Okay, anti-housing is on. Something I can do about it. Oh, it's gone now. Nothing I can do about that. We need to include these. I wonder if I should include it like this. I don't know why this did nothing. Let's see, is it still working? It's still working, okay. That means I need to include it up in the typing. Style variant. And I can actually be a lot more explicit about this. I think underline would be one. So in variants, there is small caps, common ligatures. Oh, but these are, you can have multiple. Is there just, okay, here we go. All right, so there's like a, where's the list of just things I can, oh my God. String. Let's go look at font style now. So the default is normal, but it can also be can it be more than one of these? Is there a formal syntax? Here we go. No, it can be one of these things. Okay, so either normal, oblique, or italic. Okay. Wait, can be so I don't know why it didn't work with the words. It only worked with the numbers. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, and 900. Is that everything? Oh. TypeScript, I have literally no idea what you're talking about. It's literally right here. Let's see if the compiler will give me a better error. Looks like it's trying to give me a better error. It's giving me no error, in fact. Can I just close and reopen it? Nope. They all went away. Okay. Let's go back through to-dos. So style and variant and weight were added. Oh. Oh wait. I do want that. So I can get rid of this. No detail. Oh. Details is a long thing about optimizing. Utilize texture slots. Okay, so I have a description on it. Don't care about keyboard right now. No, I did that. I did that too. Point and line are worthy. Audio is worthy. Matrix state is worthy. Okay. I think I want to change how orthographic works. I want it to take a vector 2. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't take a vector 2. So let's get rid of that. Let's go find orthographic. And width and height. Nope. We are going to take a size vector 2. And this is going to be size.x, size.y. And now we need to fix everything that breaks, because it's going to break quite a few things. So already right there broke that. So that's going to be the text game. So instead of passing in this, we're going to pass in just screen. Okay. Let's check the next one. Menu. Broken. We can probably put text in the menu now if we wanted. Where do I do orthographic here? Oh, I don't. Oh, it's not broken. It's just dumb. Okay. Next one. Shipwreckers. Clearly broken. As far as we don't even see a single dot on the screen. So let's go to shipwreckers. Let's find where we're doing that orthographic, which is right here, and we're not going to do screen.x, screen.y, we're just going to do screen. There we go. Let's play around a little bit. Okay, next one. Sprite animation. Indeed, it's broken. So let's go into here. Let's find where we're doing orthographic. Right here. Ooh. Alrighty. Next one, Flappy Bird. Okay. Let's go game. It's right here. Alrighty. Let's go to Pong. Ooh, I didn't do orthographic with Pong. Alright. So that should just leave, I think, graphics maybe? No, don't rely on orthographic for that. Good to see graphics is still working after all these changes. Graphics is still there working. But I think I do want to turn on, inside the graphics test, the image at the bottom. Oh, actually, I guess. Oh, I need to fix it. Never mind. And I guess I need to fix this one too. So I guess I didn't know what it was supposed to look like, so I just figured it was still working. Okay. And then matrix, gonna need to change. Right here. And there might be one more use of it here. Nope. All right. Cool. Cleaning up my editor here. If it'll let me. I don't know why I can't close tabs. Next week, this might be worthy of trying to document it and publishing it. I mean, other than audio, most of it is there. Like other stuff I can just add on top. So heavily leaning on the platform to do all of my stuff here. That's why there's no library. Not a single dependency. And then types. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and commit this. I'm just going to blindly say stage all, because there's a lot of it this time. And it is, oh, it's actually day 30, which is cool. This is the third decade, I guess. Seems like a third decade. So I'm going to commit that, and I'm going to push that. Awesome. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, this is a lot of fun. And if you want to know more, you can always go to patreon.com/DannyFritz. You can get any information you want about the stream on there. Also, a huge shout out to my supporters. I appreciate every amount that I get. It really helps. And thank you for watching.